What's up? What's up? What's up? I am here today with no other than Tampa's own Pepe the Experience. That's what's up. What's up, Pep?
What's going on, Free? How you doing, brother?
Man, I'm doing all right.
Yes, sir.
Let me tell you guys who we got in the building. We have Pepe the Experience. Pepe is a barber, cosmetologist, ex-pro baseball player, humanitarian. What else do they don't know, Pepe?
Just a nice guy overall.
Pepe's being modest.
Nice guy overall, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And what a lot of people don't know also, and a lot of people do know, Pepe is an educator. Very, very dope educator. And Pepe has been in this business for a while, so I'm going to let him tell you who he really is.
Okay, that's how we're gonna start this thing off.
That's right. That's
I tried
right.
to ask for previous questions before, but okay. Who Pepe McNeal is, the Pepe Experience. I'm a father. I'm a husband. I'm a family guy, man of God. Also, I like to give back, but also I think in the hair field that I'm in, I was. Like you said earlier, I'm a previous professional baseball player. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people do. I came from that, playing that since I was a little kid, all the way up to I was like 25, 26. You know what I mean? From high school to all the way up to professional. And then I moved into the hair industry. Moved into the hair industry, man. It's been. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Sometimes people look at me and be like, I say I have a better career in hair than I did in baseball. I say because of that, because I had a longer term. You know what I'm saying? But, I just keep it simple, man. I'm just a ordinary guy, just trying to grow, family, business. And I'm trying not to ever settle, simple words.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Down here in Tampa, some people notice that, I moved here about 5 years ago. And I met Pepe during the Exotics Hair Battle Tour. Pepe was on stage talking and demonstrating, and I said, oh, this dude is dope. And when me and him clicked, we hit it off pretty good. So I definitely, was happy to meet somebody like Pepe. How long have you been doing hair, Pep?
Well, I've been doing hair since 2001.
Okay.
So it's pretty much going on, what's that, almost 20 years,
yeah.
Pretty much?
Yeah, 20 years.
Yeah, 20 years. And let's go back onto that. When we first met, I met you at the Exotics, the class and everything. We started talking and chopping it up. And as soon as you say you live here in Tampa, it was on from then, you know what I'm saying? It was kind of like a friendship bonded right then,
Right.
When we kind of just hit it off like what you said, bro. Like we've been rocking ever since. That's how many years ago that's been, bro?
Yeah, it's about 5 years.
5 years, man.
Yeah.
Good run.
Definitely. And what people don't know, your studio, we're here in your studio. I mean, a lot of people can't see it on camera because we're sitting in certain different positions, but your clientele is a different clientele. And a lot of us started out working in the shops and like neighborhood shops and stuff like that. But your shop, your studio is really dope, and as they see it on camera, they'll see as we show it. You have a clientele that's a little different. You have athletes, you have entertainers, and your shop has your experience that you sell is atmosphere.
Atmosphere, pretty much, yeah.
So
exclusiveness.
Was that by design, or did you plan that, or is it just something that just kind of happened?
I think it just kind of fell into place because when I graduated hair school, I worked at a company called Regis Signature. Everybody heard of that. It's a franchise and it's a corporation. So I started there at a hair school, worked there for 8 years, and it's like, man, you know what? I'm on commission, and I'm like, man, eventually, you get tired of giving people half and half of your money, So eventually I ventured out on my own, went to a couple shops, and I went to a salon, went to a barber shop. And that's when honestly, that's when the Instagram started popping off, right? With the promotion and, you know, putting yourself out there. I was at a barber shop, but then I started learning. The reason why I kind of fell into the studio is because of the services that I started learning. The services, the S&P, the hair units, the hair replacement, stuff like that, started calling for me to have a more private area, more intimate area, for people can feel comfortable in not being around people. So from what your question is, I never really thought about going to a studio right off the top, but it came to me and popped up, and that's what I needed to have for my clients, was a private studio for them. Yeah. So like what you said, you know, I think also when with the studio comes with, it kind of gives that one-on-one. It's more intimate. And you know, when you got one-on-one and you give more people your time and your attention and not dealing with other stuff, you can get paid more. Right. You know what I mean? You deserve more. You know what I'm saying? Because you're giving all that attention to that client, that guest is here. Right. But like I say, it wasn't planned at first. The evolution of it became of the services that I started doing, implementing into my services. You know. Okay. Okay.
Now, who were some of your mentors or influences into doing hair? What got you into doing hair?
Oh man, talking about from the get up.
Yeah, well, I mean, because you was an athlete, and you know that in itself is awesome. You heard me say that before, but you know, I just think it's how cool it is, because when I met you, you're right. I didn't know you were into professional sports and stuff like that, and usually, you know, some guys that's in the professional sports, they tend to be, you know, not necessarily big-headed, but, you know, tend to have a certain air or cockiness about them. You didn't have that at all, you know, and I thought it was just remarkable that you got into doing hair. Yeah. You know what I mean? Not that hair is beneath from coming from athlete to hair, because I think, you know, doing hair is awesome too. You know, we've been doing it for a long time, but what was your inspiration? What inspired you to do hair? Why hair?
What really caught me was my aunt. My aunt D used to do hair. You know what I'm saying? She used to do hair in the kitchen in her house, or, you know, she used to, you know, do my sister's hair and everybody. So that started of me seeing her, but where it really picked up was when I was maybe like 12 or 13. My grandfather told my dad, say, hey man, get Pep some clippers and have them cut your hair, and you ain't got to go to the barber shop. So that's where it all kind of started. I didn't really have, the only person in my family that I looked up to, well, you know what? My Uncle Ponce. My Uncle Ponce used to cut my hair as a kid. So I can't leave him, R.I.P. to my Uncle Ponce. He was my favorite, you know. But he was the one that influenced me. I would say my Aunt D, when I used to see her as a young kid, and then my uncle was cutting my hair. You know, I never went to the barbershop. I always went to my uncle's house, you know, in the like right there in the dining room with the bar stool, with the towel around your neck, and you know what I'm saying, you weren't getting the best haircuts, but you didn't know, you know. Oh yeah. And so I think years after that, I started growing. My granddad told my dad to get some clippers for me to start chopping them up, and I didn't like doing it, but I did it. And so I continued that, like going on my course of years of high school, cutting my buddy's hair. And then going to professional, cutting my teammates, my roommates, and people that that I live with. And, going through baseball and year after year. And then after that, once baseball was over with, I had to kind of figure out, like, what was I going to do next? You know what I mean? Like, I had a great career. I wound up hurting my knee and stuff like that. You know the story of an athlete, because of this. But I never really go back on that and be like, well, what happened? I hurt my knee. You know, hey man, baseball was over for me. I had to figure out what I was gonna do. It took me, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, man, it took me about a year. It took me about a year to really, like, coming from professional baseball to like, damn, what am I gonna do next? So I took a year to really think about it, and I was familiar cutting hair. So I was like, you know what, let me go to hair school. I was gonna be a barber, but I asked the lady, I was like, well, what can you do more in? And she said, well, you could do more in Cosmo, and it's the same amount of hours. So who wouldn't do that, right?
Right.
So I picked the Cosmo. I was the only guy. I think me and this other guy was the only straight guys in the hair school.
Right.
So, you know, I wound up loving it, man. And it's no stress in my life with doing hair. Like,
Right.
you know, we have our ups and downs. You know, every hairstylist, every barber is going to have a good point and a low point.
Right.
You know, it's going to come.
Oh, yeah.
You know, maybe clients are tripping. Maybe the economy is really low and people aren't spending how they are. But it's how you hold up in between that downtime of waiting for that uptime. And, I just love doing hair every day, man. I've been doing it for 20 years, dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I look at it, I'll be like, because I jumped into hair thinking I was just going to jump into it, make some money real quick.
Right.
Hustle up some money, I'm still on to the next. I've been doing 20 years straight, bro.
Wow. And the fact that, you know, you just mentioned that you do, you know, hair replacement, S&P.
Mm-hmm.
And man, that's a full package. You know, you're all around stylist.
Yeah.
That's a full package. So, do you do makeup?
No, man. I really I considered it one time.
Okay.
I considered it. I mean, Kurt was talking to us about it, and I was considering it, but I'm not far past it or
Right.
saying I wouldn't do it.
Right.
You know, if I needed to pick it up, I'll pick it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, you do it all, man. And you know, being a male most used to be dominated by women.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think in Tampa you may be one of the few. There might not be too many what I would say hybrid stylists that can cut, style, press and blow dry, all that good stuff. And you're a colorist.
Yeah. There's not too many of us. That's a good thing. But I gotta give a shout out to you, Fareed. Now you get down, hey. And I know the interview is about me right now, but my guy gets down on the women hair, the barbering hair, everything. So I'm not alone.
Oh man,
I'm not alone. So kudos to you, man, because you a hybrid also.
Yeah, I guess I am. I didn't even think about. About that.
See, sometimes we know so much, and that we forget some of the stuff that we do,
right?
Because we haven't touched into it every now and then,
right?
But you know, you do everything too, bro,
right? And
I think that's the thing too with a lot of guys now, and a lot of barbers and stuff like that. Like, I really feel like everybody's gonna learn how to cut hair, right?
Yes.
At some point, everybody's gonna be cutting the same. So it's what's gonna separate you from when everybody know how to cut. What's going to separate you? Your customer service, the new services that you may go learn, that you putting into your, you know what I'm saying? So I think there's so much more potential with, and especially the way the industry is evolving now, is that people learning everything now, man.
Right.
You know, like S&P, the hair replacement, even guys, I've seen it. Even guys are doing permanent makeup now, man.
Right.
They might even be doing lashes. Nobody's against it now. Everybody used to think like, oh, well, nah, man, I'm too cool to do that. Nah, I don't want to do that. Now guys are going to freaking permanent makeup, ombre, eyebrow classes just to level up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of doing that haircut from maybe $30 to $50,
mm-hmm.
now people are expanding their services up to different services. It's costing up to $250 or up.
Yeah, you'll be able to cover more range of people because you know, going back maybe 15, 20 years, guys that's going bald, what was the alternative? You get a hair piece, a toupee. Now we have hair units, mm-hmm. and these hair units would probably look better than their natural hair when it was growing. Mm-hmm. And you have done my hair. You had gave me a hair unit, and it was dope. And you have used me in some of your classes. So, I mean, listen, if we can service and help somebody that that's maybe not feeling so good about themselves and how they look, we're in the position now, especially guys like you. You're in the position to be able to cover all the bases. Mm-hmm. You can give them options. I can do some S&P. I can give you a hair unit, and then now the hair units it can last a few months, it can last a couple weeks. You got different price points and different options for people like that. So shout out to all the stylists and barbers that can go and help these people that might have had low self-esteem or didn't know where to turn, because there are some cases out there that bad where people just be really depressed.
Yeah.
But we're in a position now where you can look good, you can feel good, and just come out here and just slay everything. You know what I'm saying? So kudos to you, and shout out to all the stylists and all the barbers that can do these type of services and make people look good. Mm-hmm. And now Tampa being the home of the Super Bowl this year.
Oh yeah.
So how's business since with COVID-19 and we got the Super Bowl that's probably a few weeks away?
Yeah, it's probably gonna crank up.
Yeah, and then Tampa is it's a little different from Miami, but Tampa is one of those towns too. It can be with the flash and the cars and the women and the trees and the water. Living here, business got to be good.
Yeah, business is good. Like pre-COVID, business is great. But the thing you gotta look at it with COVID, everything done slowed down, right?
Yes.
So everything, man. So it's kind of like a fair playing field. That's the way I look at it, right?
Right.
Like people that had like mad money, they getting hit in a certain way.
Right.
Just like the people that had mid money, they're getting hit in some kind of way.
Right.
I think right now, me personally, I still haven't had people. My whole book ain't came back yet. There's a lot of people that's still serious about this COVID-19 of people taking care and doing the right steps, CDC, and making sure everybody's spraying down after everybody and make sure they're not trying to spread the virus, right?
Right.
So I would say in the last, it's January now, it's 2021. I would say in the last 3 or 4 months, it picked up.
Yeah.
It picked up. I got a lot of new people.
Yeah.
Because other people are looking for a place like where I'm at right now,
right,
with the suite, right?
Right.
They don't want to go into a big shop, barbershop or a salon where there's like 15 chairs, there's a whole bunch of people. They are looking for this right now.
Right.
Just so happened that, like you say, this wasn't planned, but it's working out for me now. It's just the way the things, turn, that people are looking for the privacy. You know, right, what I'm saying? The suite, they're not looking to being around people. So that was the advantage right now that I'm taking advantage of.
Right. Is
that people can come here and people feel comfortable that it's not 2 or 3 people in the same room and they're cool. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I would say business is picking back up pretty good, man. I'm getting a lot of new clients and stuff like that, and a lot of existing clients are starting to return. But a lot of existing clients that they're still holding out. You know what I'm saying? They're still doing hair at the house.
Right.
Because they're really serious about this COVID thing, and so it's still relevant and it's still there. But you just got to hold the course, man, and hold in there, and things are gonna change, and get better.
Right. Yeah. I because I remember at one of the last shows with Exotic, you were up on stage, and you was featured in the one of the Diamond Cut series.
Yep, Diamond Cut.
And you was one of the stylists and educators that was featured in that series, and that was dope. Mm-hmm. I remember that you had the crowd, you had everybody's attention.
Yeah.
How important is education, not only for you, but what would you tell some of the newer barbers and stylists that's coming in the game? Because like I said, you're well rounded. Mm-hmm. So, what key points in the education should they really key in on, as far as coming into the game now, 2020, 2021?
What I can say to the new stylists and new barbers is that learn as much as you can, right? The more you learn, the more you earn, right? I could say that with just, like I say, I've been in the game for 20-something years, right? I've been licensed for 20 years. I've been cutting way longer than that. Mm-hmm. But what I can say is the more you learn, the more you earn. But also, too, don't try to learn so much because I got so much stuff in the arsenal. Sometimes I got so much stuff in the arsenal, I forget what's in the arsenal. You see what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So it's just, I would say, learn as much as you can, what you're interested in, what catches you. It's a feeling. When you see something that you want to learn and that you like, it's a feeling.
Right.
Like,
right.
you know, so go with your gut, go with the feeling, and also just listen to older stylists. You know, you got some out there not giving out good information, but you got to find those ones that kind of hit those key notes, and you got to kind of find those ones that's willing to nurture the younger people. You know, you got to really find those people that want to nurture and, you know, sand and water those new seeds. You know what I mean? And also practice on your customer service.
Okay.
Customer service, and really, when a person gets in your chair, you got that 15, 30 minutes, you try to figure out as much as you can about them.
Right.
You know what I mean? And those little questions of how's your family? Oh, you're married, you got family, where you from? All that. You wanna connect with the person.
Right.
And I think that's where I do a great haircut, I do a great color and all that, but I really think what I excel at is my connection to the person. Right? And I ain't gonna lie to you, I don't connect to all 100%.
Gotcha.
All right, there's some I come to get a haircut service, and it might be that one time. But then there's the other ones that I connect with, they come weekly, they come monthly, they come, you know what I mean? So I would say continue learning and work on most importantly, your customer service too. You know, and trying to relate to that person that's in your chair. You know, don't look at them as a client, look at them as a guest, and look at them at it and trying to keep them long term. You know, it might, you know, what can I say? You know, don't go at the money.
Right.
Don't go at that money instant. Think long money.
Long term. Gotcha.
Long term connection.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that because we can get those clients for a year. We can get those clients for a year and a half, right?
Yeah.
But then how about those ones that we done had clients for 20 years? I done had clients, still got clients to this day for 14, 17 years. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that means a lot too, because if you got those clients that last that long, that means you hit a little niche that you needed for them and what they needed. And that's what I would say, man. Customer service, getting to know the client, learn as much as you can, get you a good mentor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Find somebody that wants to help you grow. And that would be the three things, yeah.
Now, who are some of the top barbers that you like to watch in the game right now?
Oh man, it's a little different now. I mean, of course, you know, the kind of barbers that I like, probably like Curtis. Curtis helped me out a lot when I first started getting in the game. Because I was always in the stylist game. Yeah. I always went to Premier. I always went the hairstyling way. But I never really dumped into the barbering game.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? And that really changed the way I look at stuff and the way I look at the whole industry, you know? Some people say, well, Pep, you're downgrading because you know so much more than the barbers, right? And I didn't look at it like that. I looked at it like I'm learning all the stuff from the stylist, and this is a part I need to know too.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So I try to incorporate both of them and try to know as much as I can. But I think, you know, Curtis, there's a lot of local hairstylists that kind of like, that I went to school with, that I see them grow. Right. You know, Kenny's a good friend of mine. Kurt's a good friend of mine.
You got some beasts down here in Florida.
Yeah.
There's some beasts down here in Florida. Angel Ross.
Angel's dope.
Angel Ross. And then right here in Tampa you have what's that, Tune 45? Basio, is it Basio?
Basio, Loco, Perez.
Yeah, shout out to him.
All them boys, man. They doing their thing.
Yeah, Tampa's definitely in the house. You know, and I'm from up north, so Philadelphia is, I always say it's a different culture of barbering. But what I say about the barbers that's here in Tampa, and even probably most of Florida, they're very proud. Yeah. This is a very proud and tight knit crew down here. There's a lot of barbers down here, and they really proud, and they go hard when it's time for the shows and all the courses and the classes. I mean, they go hard. I mean, the barber battles down here are really intense. So I really admire the camaraderie down here. I mean, I know everybody don't get along. There are some rivalries down here when it comes to some of the battles and the shows, but for the most part, you are everywhere. You go on team building trips. You're at Bonner Brothers. You go to all the big shows. You go to CT. You do what it takes. What masters do. This is what masters do. They go everywhere. And you're constantly educating yourself. I mean, I've been in the hair game a long time myself, and maybe somebody might say, well, you're a master, but I say unmastered when they go to my IG. My IG is the unmastered barber. Yeah. And the reason why the UN is in front, because I had to undo the bad habits. I had to undo the inconsistency. I had to undo a lot of stuff. Yeah, I may cut a nice haircut, but my attitude was shitty. Excuse my French. You know what I mean? Yeah, my attitude was shitty. I was inconsistent in a lot of ways. You know what I mean? And cocky at the same time. So, even at this stage in my career, I improved that a lot. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you inspire me too.
That's the first step of noticing what your flaws is and what you need to correct.
I tell people all the time, I was all kind of barber.
I got to commend you on that. Hit the applause for me. Yeah.
So I mean, you are definitely one of the top barbers down here in Florida, and I'm just glad that I met you and got a chance to know you and even call you my friend. You know what I mean? Because I don't talk to a lot of people. It's just what it is. It's nothing personal. What is next for Pepe the Experience?
Man, next is some products. I have my own product line I'm working on right now. And also, with me being in the suites, man, I'm gonna keep that low key, but
gotcha.
Maybe get some sweets going on.
Okay.
But I want to jump back what you said about, going to different classes and keep CT and keeping busy, and you're seeing me everywhere, right?
Yes.
The reason why I do that, and a lot of younger stylists of barbers like, oh, Pep, what are you doing? Like, I knew I was going to see you here. I take that as they call me an OG, right? I slowly took on the OG. I'll take it. I earn it now. But they say, man, Pep, what keeps you going? Why you keep going everywhere, learning all this? Dude, it's my blueprint of success, right? That's what I've been doing, and it's been showing my success, right?
Right.
So that's why I continue going to shows. Even though I might know certain services and know certain things, it could be one or two things that I pick up from somebody else that I can learn, and it helps me, so much. You know what I mean? So I just keep going, man. Just keep going, and that's just been my recipe of success, right? I think if I get complacent and I start to kick back, lay back, in this industry you can't lay back, right? Because of the social media and everything like that. As much as some people hate it, you got to deal with it.
Right.
You got to be in it.
Right.
If you're not in it, you ain't no chance to win in it, because your clients, your guests, everybody, they're online, they're social media. Hey, they like asking you, hey man, what do you think about this? You seen these clippers? You know about these gold clippers? You know about this? So you got to keep up, and you got to mess with the social media.
Yeah.
Not saying I'm perfect at it, but I've heard I'm okay at it. But
Right.
I feel like I can get a lot better at it.
Yeah.
But that's what just keeps me going, man. It's just a recipe of success for me. It works for me. I feel like if I stop, and I'll stop growing.
Gotcha.
That's just how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? I just keep pushing, man, and it's just a level of success to me to keep going and learning. That what feeds me.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, Pep, it was good talking to you, man. and I'm sure that everybody that's listening and watching, you know, that's good. How can anybody get a hold of you?
Well, I mean, of course, you can find me at the Pepe Experience on IG, or you can email me or reach out to me on my email, the Pepe Experience at yahoo.com, or you could just hit me in the DM on my either Facebook, Pepe McNeal, PEPEMCNEAL, or my IG at the Pepe Experience.
Do you have if they want to make an appointment, and do you have like Booksy or anything like that?
I have a Booksy, the PepeExperience.Booksy.com.
Okay.
Shout out to Booksy. You heard?
That's what's up. Yeah, so anybody, you know, if you want to book Pepe, if you coming to visit town, definitely come and check out Pepe the Experience. Really dope barber here in Tampa. You know, we got the Super Bowl coming, so any of you football guys is looking and watching, hey, holla at my boy.
Yeah, we ready. Y'all just make sure you call me and make an appointment, all right?
That's right. All right, we is out of here. So until the next time, peace.